So as if we even needed more evidence to tell us that Republicans are being partisan hacks with the Supreme Court vacancy that was created by the passing away of right-wing Justice Antonin Scalia, Senate Republican leaders now said that there is just going to be no confirmation hearing. There's going to be no vote. There's not even going to be a courtesy meeting with whoever President Obama nominates to replace Antonin Scalia. Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee said they're not even going to hold confirmation hearings no matter who it is. So it's pretty clear, Lewis, that Republicans will do anything they can to prevent President Obama from shifting the balance of the court to the left, which, by the way, would happen with even a moderate right-wing justice. I mean, Antonin Scalia was so far right that even putting up there a moderate right-winger would move the court to the left. It's so transparently political at this point that they're saying it's not even about who is nominated. We just don't think the president in the last year of his presidency should be putting anyone on the Supreme Court, which is the fundamentally ridiculous part of it.
Yeah, but we didn't expect the obstructionism to stop.
No.
Short of, in Obama's last year. That's not going to happen. I think they realize, I applaud them, actually, here. I applaud them for actually having long-term vision, because that's how important this nomination is, right?
It's possible
the long-term implications
vision. I mean,
huge.
if they lose the November election, then it won't matter because the Democrat who gets in is going to nominate someone and likely get them confirmed. Mitch McConnell, the Senate Majority Leader, said this nomination will be determined by whoever wins the presidency in the polls. I agree with the Judiciary Committee's recommendation that we will not have hearings. In short, there will not be action taking, basically saying there's not even a point to President Obama sending us a name. I want to remind you, okay, number one, there's nothing rare about election year Supreme Court nominees. Number two, there's no shortage of time. I mean, we have nearly 11 months until the next president will be sworn in. That is way more time than it normally takes to confirm a Supreme Court nominee. And remember also that it's quite rare that election year Supreme Court nominees don't get confirmed. And lastly, President Obama is the president in the second term from January 2013 through January of 2017. This is why President Obama gets to nominate the next Supreme Court justice. And it makes perfect sense that he do so. It's not, okay, you win a 4-year term, but you can only do Supreme Court nominations during the first 3 years. During that last year, we wait for the next president. I mean, it doesn't make any sense whatsoever. There's no historical precedent for it. There's no constitutional precedent. There's no logical or common sense precedent for it.
And we are not those guys who every time something like this, any argument, political argument comes up, we don't grab the Constitution and start pointing to the Constitution, rubbing it in people's faces.
Yep.
This time, you can very clearly open up the Constitution, point to this section, and there is not really any cryptic language.
Right. The president will nominate. It's not whoever is elected after the president is out of office will nominate. It's the president will nominate. That's it.
So tell the Judiciary Committee that if they actually like the Constitution and want to uphold it, they should just shut up.
I can only hope that Republicans doing this will get enough attention that it will hurt the eventual Republican presidential nominee in November. Although I'm sort of relying on voters having information about stuff, which often is sort of secondary, right? I mean, I don't know that I can really count on that.
Information. I think most voters, the information they count on is if there's an R or a D next to the name of the person on the ballot.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Gamefly is sort of like Netflix for video games. They have over 8,000 new and classic games for Xbox One, Xbox 360, PS4, PS3, Wii, and a bunch of other platforms. And you can play as many games as you want for one monthly fee. And if you find some games you want to keep, you can buy them for a low used price. There's never any due dates or late fees. And our audience can get a free 30-day trial at gameflyoffer.com/TDPS. The games are shipped directly to you with return envelopes included. There's no contracts, and you can rent games through the mobile app. Get the free 30-day trial for the David Pakman Show audience and support our show by going to gameflyoffer.com/TDPS.